Right. Okay, guys. Now we have to start our last lesson for. Actually, we have discussed other lessons, so we have only one lesson remaining. That is networking. So quite difficult lesson, but anyway, with proper concentration, it's possible to uh, go through the questions and answer these questions. There are some mathematics, but not that much hard, so you can understand that easily, right? So write the heading. It is networking for computer network, computer networks, computer networks. Please write the heading. It's computer networks. Before we begin, we should understand what is a network. Okay, what is a computer network? Right, network is simply, so if you have a mobile phone, so without connection to another mobile phone, so without the SIM card and without active connection, it is useless. So similar to that, so computers alone is not much useful for communication, because then we have to transport data using storage devices. Earlier days, we used to do that. So I can remember so it's like 20 years back, how we transport films and how we transfer films and maybe images or other documents. We use floppy disks. But unfortunately, this floppy disk capacity was 1.44 megabytes, very small. But we used to transport data using floppy disks, and then CD, then DVD, then pen drives. So likewise, we have to transfer data using storage devices. So what is the disadvantage of transferring data using storage devices? Is there any disadvantage? What do you think? Is it good or is it bad? Transferring data using storage devices. Is it good or is it bad? What do you think? Sachini, yes?
Not good and not bad.
Not good and not bad. So it's average answer, right? Okay. So Netuli, what do you think? So transferring data using storage devices. What are the disadvantages?
Should carry the device always.
You should carry the device always. So anything else? Is it real time? Can we transfer real time, or do we have to copy and then again transfer, then paste? It's not real time, no? So you cannot transfer in real time. So there might be some delays. Until you copy, there's a delay. Until you paste, there's a delay. And in between transferring also, there's a delay. And we can say that it's not real time. Right? The another thing is there can be limitations. For an example, so since that time that we have used floppies, so it was really difficult to transfer movies, since floppies are not really good for transferring movies. But what we did is we have splitted that using certain software programs. We have splitted that to 1.44 MB set, and we have created several hundreds of files using that. And then we used to transfer the data, and the other end, again, the end user or the receiver must collect all the documents and re-merge the file to see the content. That is also inconvenience. Even DVD allow you to transfer around 4.7 MB. So, but there are multi-layer DVDs allowing more capacities. But again, so there will be read-write delays, and it is not real time. So storage is somewhat good when thinking about the security. It provides physical security because it will go to the particular intended person, unless if it is not lost. So it will go to the particular person, and there's an assurance because we can see that. So that assurance is there, but on the other hand, so there are transfer limitations. For example, the storage capacity might be limited, and there can be delays when transferring, copying data and pasting data, and it's not real time. Right, okay, so computer network, please write down under that. Computer network is two or more computers or computing devices connected using wireless or wired media and useful in sharing resources, useful in sharing resources and communication. Useful in sharing resources and communication. Resources, what kind of resources you can share using in network? What kind of resources you can share using network? You can share storage, you can share internet, you can share peripherals such as printers, scanners, and you can share internet, storage, peripherals, services such as email, file transfer, web chat, kind of services. Those are the things, those are the resources that you can share through internet, even applications. Some applications can also be shared and data. So those are the resources that can be shared in the networks, computer networks. And it is useful in communication too. So communication, so you can see again, these things are in communication: email communication, web chat, file transfer, application-based communication, data communication, or maybe voice over IP, VoIP communication. There are many kind of communication which can be shared over, or which can be done through the networks. Okay, earlier days, what happened? Earlier days, we used to share. Earlier days, we used to share data. Earlier days, we used to share data through storage media or storage medium and the following issues were there. Cannot communicate real time. So cannot communicate real time. And not only that, so it's storage limitations. Data corruption issues. Data transfer delays. Data corruption issues and data transfer delays. Those were the issues when using the storage media for communication. And it is not possible to share. Sharing peripherals was not possible. It was not possible. Sharing peripherals was not possible. So those are the things. So those are the issues we faced at the initial stages when communicating through the storage media. It can be used to share these storage data and applications, maybe, yeah, basically storage data application. But internet access, it is not possible to do through the this storage media. Storage media was used for these tasks only. So I'm just highlighting this in yellow color. These are the things which were possible using the storage media. But other things, it's not possible. It was not possible. Sharing data can be done, sharing applications. But sharing internet, you need network. Sharing peripherals, you need network. Sharing email, file transfer, web chat, you need network. Okay, so then you should know what are the requirements. Requirements for a network. Okay, can you mention a few? So what are the basic requirements? What are the basic things needed for a network? Can you list a few? Yes, I can ask from Sidmi. Can you list a few requirements for a network? What are the things needed to create a network?
Computer.
Sorry?
Computer.
Yes. Network
Internet.
network, computers, or computing devices. So anything else? Other than that,
Internet.
yes.
Router.
Do
Oh,
we really need a router? So this is network, right? This is not internet. So for a network, do we need a router? Switch is enough. Switch or communication
switch
hub.
or hub.
Yeah, switch or hub is enough. So, but even without switch or hub, it is possible to communicate. So it is not main thing. Switch or hub is used for, but you know, in bus topology, no switch. So basically, switches are not used. So the T connectors. So there are different topologies. Peer-to-peer or one-to-one connection. Do you need a switch? No. So that is optional, right? Switch, hub, router, those are optional. So what are the compulsory components? Network capable computers. What about network media? It is required either guided or you call wired, or you need unguided wireless. You need either a wired media or wireless media. Then you know hardware itself is not capable of working with data. Hardware itself is not capable of working with data. Right? You need network supporting software. Network supporting software. Not only that, the next is you need a network interfaces, cards, or adapters. That also can be wired or wireless. So please write down this. Optionally, you need that switches, network switches or hubs. That is optional, right? No need to have, but so if you have switches, it's better. Routers, that is optional. Even without routers, you can network. Firewall, even without firewall, you can network. So then you need repeaters, or even without repeaters, it is possible. You need terminators, signal terminators to stop signal bouncing. And in the other hand, you need different connectors, RJ45 like connectors you need, and bridges, gateways, bridges, gateways. These are the optional things, but still it's advisable to have, but and other supportive equipments such as racks, supportive equipment such as racks, panel, wiring equipment, diagnosing tools, maybe tools for wiring, and wire organizing, DVDs, CDs, backup tools, etc. You need supportive tools. A lot of supporting tools are required, but those are not compulsory. Those are optional. You can write down those too. So please let me know once you're done. Right? Once you're done, please let me know.